Welcome back to the Finance Therapist Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Pava. Today, we're going to dive into a topic that affects almost every couple, financial arguments. Or maybe for you, they're just financial disagreements and they don't even happen that often. But guess what? They do happen. And did you ever wonder why they happen? Have you ever wondered why money seems to be such a hot button issue that every couple experiences this? Today, we're going to explore what is really under these financial arguments and uncover some of the surprising psychological and evolutionary triggers that might be at play. Let's start with the concept of survival. One reason financial disagreements can get so heated is that money often taps right into our deep-seated survival instincts. So imagine you're in a relationship where one person is a spender and one person is seen as the saver. The saver might feel more anxious because they see money as a finite resource necessary for survival. So on an evolutionary level, their brain is telling them, hey, if we run out of resources, we're not going to survive. And then on the other hand, you have the person who is seen as more the spender. This might be showing off wealth or just general spending. And this is signaling to their brain that the tribe that is around them sees them as thriving. So this display of abundance can also be linked to survival. It might attract allies and increase social standing, which all of these are related to survival. So as you can see, this is something where neither is right nor wrong, but they need to have some kind of a balance. So what we see here is really just a clash of two survival strategies, and the saver is triggered by fears of scarcity, while the spender is driven by a desire to demonstrate abundance. Both are definitely acting out of a deeply ingrained need to ensure survival, but in completely different ways. So they're really on the same team, they're just kind of fighting against each other. So once a couple can recognize this, they can have a calmer conversation and get on the same page. Now, in a minute, we're going to be talking about security and control, but first, a word from our sponsor. Okay, we are back and we're talking about couples and why there's so many arguments that happen around money. So we're looking a little bit under the covers, no pun intended, to see what might be happening in these relationships. So let's talk about emotional security and control now. For some individuals, having control over finances is a way to maintain emotional security. When money is spent without their consent, they might feel like their sense of control, and therefore their security, is being threatened. On the flip side, the person who spends might feel restricted and controlled when they can't use money as they see fit. This can lead to feelings of resentment and rebellion. Here, money becomes a battleground of control and freedom within the relationship. Recognizing that these are underlying emotions can be crucial for resolving conflicts. So instead about arguing about the latest purchase and all of that drama, couples can actually discuss their feelings about security and freedom and work towards a compromise that respects both perspectives. Okay, we can't forget that we all come from different backgrounds, and each one of these backgrounds has a unique blend of money mindsets. So if you had a traditional mother and father and your partner had a traditional mother and father, each one of your mothers and fathers came from a very distinct background of their mothers and fathers, and so on and so on. So by the time you guys get together, it is a mix of a lot of different money mindsets and a lot of different memories. So if one partner grew up in a household where money was scarce, they might have a more scarcity mindset, always worried about not having enough. This could actually lead to hoarding money or being overly cautious with spending. On the other hand, if the partner grew up in a more affluent environment where spending was seen as a norm, there might be maybe an abundance mindset, and they might see money as something to enjoy and not to stress over. These differing backgrounds can create friction if not addressed and understood. Now, I just gave you two different examples, but these could flip in the other direction. So, for instance, maybe you grew up and money was scarce, and now you just spend and spend because you feel like it's in your hands and you want to enjoy it. And on the other hand, maybe you grow up with a more affluent background, and instead of seeing money as something to enjoy, maybe you hold on to it more because you want to keep the affluent feeling. You want to have an investment. You want to leave a legacy. So it's essential for couples to communicate openly, not just about their financial histories and the assumptions that go along with it, but also how these have personally shaped their current attitude towards money. This understanding can foster empathy and also pave the way for a healthier financial discussion in the future. Now, we cannot forget power dynamics. So, money often symbolizes power in relationships. And the more dysfunctional of a money mindset the couple collectively has together, the more I notice that money equates to power. So because money symbolizes power in especially those relationships, but it can be in any relationship, the person who earns more or controls the finances might feel that they have more of a say in how money is spent. And maybe they do. This can create an imbalance of power, leading to resentment and conflict. Sometimes it's really not about the money at this point. Sometimes it's just about feeling like you are equal. It really comes down to respect. It comes down to being heard, being accepted, not being shamed or blamed, knowing that you can enter a conversation about something that is vulnerable without feeling bad about yourself or pointing the finger at someone else. It's about being accountable. It's about being on the same team. And all of this together, along with some other different qualities and coping strategies, will give you a greater feeling of intimacy. And when you're calmer and you have more intimacy, as a couple, you can tackle other struggles that come your way. And so when you have different types of struggles like money stress styles and things like that, you'll find that how you react to money is probably how you're reacting to other areas of the relationship or of your life. So now that we've uncovered some of these underlying causes of financial disagreements, it's time to take action, because just hearing about it isn't enough. So understanding your own money stress style can be the first step towards better financial harmony in your relationship. I want you to visit my website and take a quick quiz. It's free. Discover your money stress style. This insight will not only help you handle your financial discussions and struggles, but also will help to enhance your overall relationship dynamic. Thank you so much for joining me on the Finance Therapist podcast. If you found this episode helpful, and I hope you have, please share it with your partner or your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on financial wellness and relationships. Until next time, I'm Michelle Pava, helping you heal your financial life.